Hello and welcome to Mystcraft with Meroka. Wait, hang on. Just got the weirdest sensation of deja vu. I don't know, maybe nothing. Anyway, one of the mods that I really like in Feed the Beast, once I gear up, nope, there we go, geared, is Mystcraft, and I want to show off Mystcraft to you because it's awesome. So, first thing you need is one of these little guys, which is a writing table. So let's grab you a recipe for that so you know how to make that. It's just like that. It's a bottle and a feather and a bunch of wood, and mossy tower wood. That's from Twilight, I think. And when you make it, you get one of these. You'll also need, to start out, one of these things, which is called a bookbinder. So let's bring up the bookbinder. Cheers, wood and a bunch of iron. So not much different. So those are kind of the two essentials you'll need. Also got the stands, which is probably already on here somewhere. There it is, book stand. Wood and a couple of sticks. It's easy enough. And last thing, lectern. One of these guys. Steps with a stick. Makes one of these guys, and they both do much the same thing, which is holding your books. Okay, in case I've lost some people, Mystcraft with Meroka was the first series I ever made on YouTube. I don't expect people to trawl away back through my archives and find it. Suffice to say, it was the first series I made on YouTube. It was awful. Don't go watch that. And besides, Mystcraft's changed, which is why I want to show stuff off now instead of the way it was. So, the writing table has always been the writing table. Previously, it was fairly trivial to write books, which created other universes and dimensions to travel through. Now we've got this crazy nonsense, which I will go through very shortly. Previously, you could just use any old book, and I have been doing. Check these books out. That's pretty much, you needed books, feathers, and one of these guys. Was pretty much how Mystcraft used to work. In the latest version, which was 0.10 of Mystcraft, which is now available in Direwolf 5.2, which we're now in. Obviously, we're on 5.2.1 on the Button Mash server. Now it updates Mystcraft to the latest version, so we get to play with all the new goodies, which was one of my main core reasons for actually wanting to update in the first place. So previously you had these guys called notebooks, and in the notebooks, you only ever needed one, and it just listed all the different ingredients you could use to make up other worlds. And every detail you found out to, so you found a flat world, you're like, oh, I'd write it down in my book, and you know how to make a flat world in the future. Say you wanted one with a green sky, you'll write down the details on how to make a green sky. Now we actually have to make the book from scratch. And all of these are individual pages that I can put in. See, I can take this out, and now I've got a double length day page. And I've got all my notebooks sorted. And we've got 25 slots, I think, for notebooks to go into. So we've got all my terrain modifiers, cave worlds, flat worlds, standard, void. They all go in here. All the different biomes go in here. And that's, yeah. And the one I've labeled Meroka's notebook is my old notebook, which just contains everything. It's all my leftovers, in fact, actually. It's everything that I have duplicates of. If you have a previous notebook from previous versions of Mystcraft, it will convert everything into a ton of pages, which is where I got most of these from. So, what we want to do now is, let's use the bookbinders to create a book and create a new dimension. So we're going to do a bit of dimension hopping. All of these descriptive books are other worlds that we can visit. This one is, I'm pretty partial to this one. It's seen a bit of wear and tear, in fact, the book, because I left it on the floor for a bit. Basically, I created a world covered in forest biomes with giant wooden tendrils crawling through it, which are just amazing. And it's just great for harvesting wood in. Link books are very essential. I will recap some of them, because obviously not everyone's seen the original. If you take a book, any old book, throw it in your crafting table, you make a link book to well, wherever you are. I've been over the link books before, in fact, because they are the core of the server's fast travel system. But most people won't have seen them beyond that. So if we take the link book, that now links me to, obviously, there. I can throw it in the writing table and rename it Meroka's House. There we go, we've got a Meroka's House book. And it only works transdimensionally. I can't use this book from here. In fact, let's not throw it on the floor. Put it in my inventory. So if I try and use this book here, I can't. It does nothing if I try and travel to it. If I were in the Nether or the Twilight or in any other world that I create, I can use it. And I will need one because I will want to get back home at the end of this little jaunt. And without it, I will be stuck there forever. I have done this several times before, by the way. You don't want to get stuck in other dimensions. Not fun. Go see my original series, which I've already advised you not to do, about getting stuck in other dimensions. So this the writing desk previously didn't need any resources. Now we put paper in the slot to write pages onto, and now it needs ink vials as well, which, let's grab your recipe for that. Fairly straightforward. It is water bottle and any 2 black dyes, which are predominantly ebony from bees and ink sacs from wherever your favourite source of ink sacs are, usually the murder of squids. In my case, I actually do have some bees that are literally just making ink sacs, and I've got a bit too much ink now, but you can never have too much ink. So you put the ink vials in there, it fills up the meter next to it with 20 pages worth of ink. Once it's drained, another bottle goes in, the glass bottle comes out the bottom. And so I've got enough to write, what's 20 times 16? 20 times 16 is 320 pages worth of ink there. That's pretty good, that'll do me for a while. So, previously you crafted a new world by putting a book and a feather in your inventory and then writing pages on it if you wanted. Now we've got to actually make it with leather, the hard way, instead of just ripping them out of a tower in the Twilight. So, we can name it, in fact, before we even make it. That's kind of cool. But let's not do that. Let's grab some. Let's just make a blank one actually for starters. That will do us for now. Let's go. Boop. There we go. New descriptive book. Book. I don't know what it is. Got a little bit of wood. Got some wood around here somewhere. Oak. That will do the job. So I'm going to want to make a stand. Sticks, please, if you would. There we go. Sticks. Doot, doot, doot. There we go. I've got something to put my book on when I get to the other end. And it is pouring down. Many of these areas are quite nasty. Books are susceptible to the elements. If they're left out in the wind and the rain and the snow and things, not so much the wind, there is no wind in Minecraft. If they're left out exposed to the elements, they will break. So I'm going to take some cobble just to put a little bit of a roof over it so that that can't happen. Let's take our new descriptive book, throw it on the stand, go through the descriptive book, double and triple check that I definitely do have a way home. I've messed this up far too many times before to not want to utterly triple check, and bing bang bosh, we are in a brand new world of our own which has pigmen and I can hear ghasts, so there's definitely a hell biome going on. So I don't know what the weather's like here. It's nice at the minute, I guess. I mean, it's fairly sunny in hell, I suppose. Whoa! Check the celestial bodies. 2 suns and 2 moons, all going in different directions at different speeds through the sky. Look at the speed the moons are going. Oh my god, it's like friggin' Dagobah. Did Dagobah have 2 moons? No, don't know. I'm showing my ignorance there. Whichever one of the Star Wars planets had the 2 suns. Magrathir, let's call it Magrathir. I know Magrathir, that had 3 suns. That's still inaccurate. So let's set a waypoint for starters. Let's go. I do not want to lose this. Coordinates are frequently 0, 0. They're not in this instance. 245 to minus 250. And I'm glad I got my speedy jetpack on, because that'll make exploring a breeze. So let's have a quick look around, see what we can find, other than ghasts wanting to kill me in the lush green verdant countryside, because that's the obvious place to find ghasts. So this, I think, is... I don't know, I'd be interested to find out what makes up this world. Can have a look when we get back. Actually, no, I'm not sure if we can. I'll have to double check that one when we do get back. Previously, when you created a new world... Ooh, check the beehives, I could get some bees. Previously, when you created a world, you just automatically claimed all of the aspects that make up the world, and you just wrote them down in your notebook, and bing bang bong, everything that was in that world you got to claim. Not so much now. Now we need to actually go out into the world and collect pages. These can be done through villages. If we find any testificates around here, I could do some trading with them. I have very recently gotten some emerald bees on the go, so I do have quite a bit of emeralds, so I might be able to buy something nice from them. What I'm actually exploring this otherwise fairly bland terrain for is... I'm hoping I'll pop into view anytime soon. Clearly, server struggling to keep up with demands of rendering foreign and alien dimensions. Oh, come on, it's got to be around here somewhere. Can we get a map up? Let's have a look at the map. That's it, that's what we're looking for. That was easy. Well, after a while. Okay, so all new worlds, every single one of them now comes with one of these. Let's get inside before things explode. Zombie? Zombie? So yeah, the other source of collecting your pages to learn new things are these. We can find these entitled libraries. There's one usually within 200 meters of wherever you pop into the world in every new dimension you create. So we can grab Mountain Tiger. I think that's a new one for me. I don't think I got that one. Obelisks, that's definitely a new one. That'll be cool to play with. And West, I think I owned before. So that's everything right. Or is it? Let's smash some bookcases. There we go. That was extraordinarily easy. Let's remove you as well so we can actually get at the chest. You'll note I'm moving slowly. Most natural worlds that are created by blank page and stuff come with what are essentially decay effects, negative effects associated. What is it? I forget what the term is now. I should know what it is. Instability, that's the word. And in this case, being exposed to the air in this world gives me mining fatigue. It appears to be the downside of being here. All of the suns must have set outside. So, got another tiger. Scorched surface. Holy moly, I don't think I want that, but that's cool. Tiled biomes, I don't think I have. End? That's not end the dimension, actually. That's end as in sun and moon start at midnight. Magenta, I think, is a new colour, and plains is reasonably nice. Okay, there is... I've only ever found one in these places before, so I don't think there's any more. Yeah, that's the lot. So, let's... Whoop, get back out. I think we've seen everything that's actually necessary to see here, so let's get a move on. I love this jetpack. I really, really love this jetpack. Oh, got some firebats. Yeah, stay away from me, firebats. I don't want to burn. And back to safety. And that is dimension... Huh. Didn't even name... Oh, it should have named it, but because I typed on the thing when I... Because I typed in this bar, it renamed it for me, so I'm actually going to have to... Not that book, not that book. That book. I'll have to name it myself, which should be age 31. That's what it's actually called. I was wondering why it had a blank name. So age 30, age 31, that's what it'll be, yep. So now we can do a little categorizing. Put you back on my food board. Scorched surface. We can stick under... Pretty sure that's a feature. Obelisks are definitely a feature. Scorched surface is definitely a feature. Oh, no, so just put that under lighting. There we go. Features. What else we got? Tiger. Wet. Let's check. Check modifiers. I'll come to modifiers when I write a book, which will be in just a second. West. I already own West. End. I know I own magenta. Do I own a magenta? J. No, J to N. No, I don't own magenta. Cool. That's a new one for me. It goes in my book. Plain tiled biomes, biome modifiers that'll be under, or biome controllers even, that's the one. So we've got huge, large, medium, single, small, tiled I already do own, good. Cool. Right, this is the interesting one. Mountain tiger, tiger and plains. So where's mountain ridge, mountainous desert. Don't think I own mountain tiger, but that's cool. New biome. If we look under T, I already do own tiger. And where's P for plains? There's plains. So the rest of them I will just jam in the excess page notebook, just in case I want them. So, right, with that in mind, let's write a book of our own. Let's create a world. So let's start with the biome controllers. What sort of biome controllers do we want? Let's have tiled's always kind of fun. So what we do is, as you can see, if I right click on any one of these pages, I will use 1 page's worth of ink, 5% of the ink bar, and it will create a page, which I will then put in my inventory. If we then pick out which biomes do we want to have in my tiled biomes world. Now tiled is 2 types of biomes in a checkerboard pattern, so I only need to pick out 2 for this particular example. So which ones are cool? Which ones are cool? Not ocean. Ocean's really boring. Pine forest. I fancy a pine forest. Let's have one of those. And glacier. Yes, I fancy that. So pine forest and glacier this is going to be. We've got the controller. What do we want? Let's have a dark sun and a normal sun. Let's actually have 2 suns in this world. Just because, yeah. And 1 normal moon. That's fine. Okay, let's go down another one. Features, what do we want to have in this world? Bear in mind, the more of these we add, the more instability it has, and we may get more negative effects like mining fatigue and what have you. Or, in fact, worst case scenario, we get the dreaded white decay, which will completely and utterly and totally obliterate your world beyond all recover. Basically, it sort of dissolves blocks and can jump across air blocks, and no block will be left unscathed. Basically, there will be no world left if you leave that world running long enough. That's kind of horrible. But stuff like scorched surface, negative effects, if you add that to the world, I'm not going to play with that because that will be nasty, but if you add that to the world, that sort of stabilizes a bit. Whereas nice effects like adding tendrils, if I added tendrils, wooden tendrils, that gives me loads and loads of resources, so it's kind of adds to instability because it's such a positive effect. So we'll throw some villages in there, definitely, because I'm going to want some testificates to trade with. Skylands? No, I won't play with Skylands just yet. Throw some obelisks in there just because I want to see them. So that's what we'll do for features. Make it a bright world so there's no nasties. Oh, there we go. Ink's gone down. Others, I don't know what they are. I don't think there's many others actually. I think that's. I need to double check what actually goes in that category. I've copied all my categories from the wiki. Some of the categories are really, really tiny and only have like 1 or 2 pages. So let's call it not a void. That would be a really boring dimension. Although I do have a few thoughts of things I want to build in void dimensions actually. Should we call it? No, let's call it standard terrain, just because I don't want it to be boring. Right, visual, fog, sunset. We've got 2 suns, so I want 2 sunset colors. to go with them. Fog, meh, whatever, leave fog default I think. Let's call it... Ooh, eternal storms are kind of fun. Eternal rain, eternal snow. Let's call it eternal weather, in fact. Don't know why, just fancy it. Modifiers, we've got 2 sunsets which require modifiers. So these work in tandem with other pages to create things. So I've picked out sunset color as a page, but I need to define it with a modifier. So it needs to be like, sunset really wants to be a color. So let's have a green. There is in fact this gradient one which I think you can chain colors together, and suddenly that sounds really ludicrously complicated, and I'm not sure I want to be bothered with that. So let's have a blue one, and let's make one of the suns double length. You can combine modifiers like that as well. I think if you mixed like a blue and a green, it would make a cyan. You know what, I want to try that. Let's have another green. Now mix. I'm running out of space. I'm going to have to start writing some of these pages into my book soon. So you can also combine times, like 0 length and double length would combine to make an ordinary length. Normal length and double length would combine to make 1.5 length. So it's sort of halfway point between the two. So I could put in an east and... well, I could put in an east and a west, and that would probably just, what, turn it sideways, I guess? Things like jungle wood and ice are materials. I've also got netherrack, which... You know what, hey, where's the features? I want those tendrils. We've got tendrils, haven't we? I want to put tendrils in there, but I want to make them... let's call it netherrack. So we've got loads here. Let's try and start writing a world. So tile biomes, first page of the book. Now I can't remember whether biomes are supposed to go before or after the modifier. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to go after the modifier, so let's put the biomes in there. Now, the other ones you have to kind of write them like a sentence, so I want a blue, green, double length. No, double length. Hang on. Take double length. Blue, green, sunset color, double length, dark sun. So you wouldn't put green after dark sun because you wouldn't call it a dark sun green, you would call it a green dark sun. So it's kind of got to make sort of grammatical sense. If you don't, I think the dark sun would be assigned sort of properties at random. The green would be kind of left dangling on its own and would create instability in the world. And we don't want that, because that creates all the nasty effects. So then we want... what else do we want? We want... let's do the next sun, which wants to be a green sunset color, normal sun. I think that's all that's related. So then throw in a normal moon, bright. These don't need to be connected because they're all sort of they're not linked to each other in any way. So I can just throw a standard terrain on there because nothing else is connected. Villages shouldn't be connected. Obelisks. Ooh, I wonder if you could combine obelisks with a modifier. That's not something I've tried. Let's take the obelisks out. I really want to try this. I know the default for obelisks was kind of obsidian, but I want to play with this. So let's try and make a netherrack obelisks. If this doesn't work, it will make instability, but it could be kind of cool. So let's grab another... well, now we want modifiers, don't we? Where's ice? Let's have ice instead. And make my... let's go to the end of the book again. There we go, there's the end of the book. With ice tendrils. So, is this all the properties we want? Have we got everything? I think we've covered most of the things that can go into a book. You can play with more features and things, mess it around a bit more. But for now, I think that's kind of neat. So we've got age 32 there, tried and tested. Let us not forget to make, there's a book, a link book home. rename it as we do, because we want to know where we're going. Anybody else should ever happen to stumble across my dimension, they would want to know where they were going to end up. Let's throw age 32 on there. Let us double and triple check that we've got ways home, somewhere to actually place the book on the other end so it doesn't die. Age 32. Quadruple check. Yes, I can get home. And there we go. New world. My world. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. We definitely got the netherrack tendrils. The netherrack tendrils totally worked. Let's find somewhere to put the book, sheltered from the elements. That would probably do the job. Matter of fact, to be fair, I always go a bit overboard on these things. It like needs to be pretty much one block covering the actual space that the stand's on. But hey ho, just to make sure I can find my way back. Of course, we need a marker. It's a pretty essential mod to be included with this. If you're playing with Mystcraft on its own, I would say put raise minimap or some other minimap in. Ooh, there's that's an obelisk, which is sadly. Ah, I wanted the netherrack obelisks, didn't I, with ice tendrils. Because the netherrack was written before the tendrils. It picked that one first to go with the tendrils, and the ice kind of got left behind, and the ice hasn't actually given us any instability. Fortunately, it could very easily have done so. It was something the world should not have had because it didn't connect to anything. But ooh, hey, there's our blue-green sky. Hey, check out the sun. I like the blue-green. Blue-green's nice. I'll be using that a lot more in future. I like blue-green. So there's the villages we asked for. We get everything we want in a world. What do you have, sir? You are why are you pink? You will give me wheat for emeralds. I want to see if any of these guys sell pages. Are you a page vendor? No, you're a chicken vendor. I can get chickens from there. I do not need you. These are mountain villages are weird. God damn. Okay, you're an angry zombie. You stay living there. Are you the guy that had wheat? Or are you a new guy? You know, you wanted wheat. Anyone in here? No, there's not even a door on that one. Is this it? Is it like two guys living in this village? Or... Whoa! That's a house! Mountain villages are weird. I suppose, to be fair, villages don't naturally spawn in your kind of mountain or glacier. One of them pipes used for liquid redstone. Energy conduit is what they are. So you want chicken, you want cookies, and you're willing to sell me armor. No one's selling pages? Anyone outside? Nope. No page vendor. Those tendrils are freaky. The obsidian's kind of cool. Might not be a bad place to farm obsidian, although a wand of equal exchange and lava lake does me pretty nicely. But hey ho, you might be in vanilla, and there's a nice find. That's something I was about to go hunting for. So I'm glad I don't need to now. Turn off hover mode. Yeah, if you're in vanilla, you might want to go for the obsidian obelisks just for obsidian. Whoa! Where were you hiding? That's not fair. I didn't get to do. I didn't get to find out what all the pages were. Fortunately, they're now all in my inventory, but maybe. Oh, okay. So snowy rainforest. Snowy rainforest? What? How is that a thing? Forest? Rainforest? A notebook out of nowhere. I wonder if that's got any pages in it. Ooh, free notebook out of nowhere. Dark stars. That's going to be cool. Noon. Yeah, that's a new one for me. Obelisks we just got. Extreme Hills Edge and a Dark Sun. So Dark Stars and Noon are good ones. Dark Stars especially because that sounds really, really kind of cool. So let's try and find out. What the heck? What's going on with this thing? Oh, wow, this is a neat little cave. Or it would be if it wasn't entirely full of creepers. What the heck? I asked for a bright world. A bright world! I guess it is bright because the inside in the dark there, that was a really shadowy, dark, gloomy bit, and it was all lit up completely like daytime. So maybe bright worlds only affect it visually and not in terms of actual light level. Maybe light levels that are counted as 0 look like they're 15. Kind of like the Nether works. The Nether's perpetually at light level 0, but it looks like it's at light level 7, is it, I think? So I think that's the deal we got going on there. So, sadly no one to trade with. I've yet to find anyone that will trade with me for good pages. I know for a fact one of the pages you can find, the ultra-most rarest page of all, is diamond ore as a material. And yes, you can apply that to tendrils. You will probably invoke the apocalypse by doing so, but provided you can survive the apocalypse for 5 minutes, you can mine all the diamonds in the world you could ever want. I wish to do this. So, you go under celestial bodies. You go under modifiers, actually. And I'm pretty sure the rest of them I already have somewhere. Oh, the notebook. Yes, let's check the notebook. Let's go. We just picked up a random notebook from nowhere, so quick have a throw that in the... Yes, it had things in it! Brilliant! So what we got? We got biomes. Cyan I will take. I'll just throw that in modifiers, in fact. Cyan I will very much take. I mean, I like blue-green, but cyan probably is very similar. Wasteland, I'm pretty sure I've got. Ice Wasteland, I'm pretty sure I've got. Tiger Hills, I'm pretty sure I've got. But hey, I've got another notebook to store things in if I ever, feel the need to do so. So that's actually a surprisingly thorough recap of Mystcraft for what I've managed to accomplish in half an hour here. So this is Mystcraft the new version, if you fancy playing around with Mystcraft the new version. So let me just get undressed here, giggity. And I shall see you with more normal Feed the Beast antics and less of the Mystcraft with Meroka because I've done it all now. Next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.